Hey there everyone, today we've got another EZ. This one is the 9. Just like the other one, you can get it with a thumb safety. This one only has the grip safety. Uh, Again, aimed for those with not super strong hands. I'm hoping it's got as light a recoil as what that EZ380 did. That thing was super fun. This one also has the tabs on the side of the mag. And with that being said, I'm already set up, ready for shooting this thing at 5 yards. And then we'll do 10, 15. This time we will do 20 instead of 25. So, that being said, I got some rearranging to do a little bit, and then we'll be ready to shoot. So, let's see how this thing does. Alright, so, just like when I did that EZ380, we are doing just 5 rounds at the 4 different yardages, and we're ready to start with 5. So let's see how this thing performs. Slide is still just as easy as the name says, as that 380 was. So let's hope I don't anticipate any recoil. I can already tell you it's got more recoil, and I'm a little high, so I'm going to go about to where that A is. I don't think, must not have had the mag entirely seated because it did not cycle the next round in. So let's see how this goes now. Alright, well, for whatever reason, it did not lock back on the last round. I don't know if I'm accidentally hitting that mag release as I'm gripping and it's just dropping it a little bit or what. However, I can tell you this ejects casings a little more sporadic than what the 380 did. I had one bounce off my eye, one bounce off my head. So, that being said, eye protection is something you should probably wear while at the range. Some ranges probably require it. Obviously, this one does not. But that being said, I've got a pretty decent grouping other than that very first shot. I would already say this is more accurate than what that 380 was. A little more recoil, but it handles it nicely. It's easy to get back on target, obviously, as you can see from where those hits are. And I don't feel the need to talk about this up at the target because I'm doing it right here. However, we are going to go ahead and move this back 5 yards, and we'll get it all the way out to 20, and hopefully it performs that great each time. I do believe I am just going to come up with a different way of marking it. When I did that 380, I put the number. I think I'm going to do probably start with a slash, then I'll do an X. Maybe I'll just add a line for each of the 4 yardages. That being said, let's push this thing back and get to it. Alright everyone, we're here at 10 yards out. And try and make sure that thing's seated all the way. And I'm going to try to keep my thumb higher, more up in here like you're supposed to, versus down here on the grip. And hopefully that stays seated and I don't have the cycle issues that I did last time. So, that being said, let's go ahead and put some rounds through this. Okay, yeah. A little low there, I must have anticipated. Looks like I was a little sporadic that time. Looks like I pulled, I dropped, anticipated recoil, but we'll go out there and talk about that. All right, so I was a little sporadic this time. I believe I anticipated recoil here, and then I probably pulled one way and then pushed. So my very first shot was definitely the best. Go ahead and mark this off here. This was the second one. And I'm not sure what order these three were in. Currently, I'll know when I edit. I would say that the recoil, once I get out, that's what's messing with me. It's not as quick to get back on target, and that's why I'm a little more sporadic. Obviously, I'm having an issue with the anticipating recoil. I've noticed it while editing some of the other firearms videos I've done, so it's not much of a surprise to me now. This is my first time shooting this, not the first time shooting a 9mm, far from it, but this particular one, and obviously they're all going to perform somewhat similarly. Until you get them side by side, you're not going to know which one performs better. I do like this one. I would say I like the 380 better. That lack of recoil, easier to get back on target, is definitely better. Obviously, if you practice with this all the time, you're going to get used to it. Then maybe you won't anticipate recoil. That's something that comes with time. There's other ways around practicing to not do that. Snap caps is a great way. You can see, especially if someone else loads it for you, because then you don't know what order they're in. That being said, let's push this thing back to 15 yards and see how I do. All right, everyone. Got our mag loaded up. The sun is now peeking through the clouds and is very bright. 15 yards out. Let's see how we do. I didn't have the cycle issues I did last time, so again, I'm going to try to keep my thumb a little higher. And I'm going to work a little better on not anticipating recoil. Obviously, that's something that comes with time, but you can get into a very bad habit of anticipating recoil if it goes on too long without anything going on. I am going to move up so that I'm just below the top line of the large orange box. I can see a few of them up top there like I wanted them. I think this thing just needed a little bit of break on. This is the first rounds that have been put through it since test at the factory. Again, I'm starting to think it's a 9mm thing. Casings just get thrown like crazy. That 380 was nice. It dropped them all directly to the side. I've had a few other things, firearms that shoot that way. 9s just don't seem to be one of them. But let's go talk about my hits out there, and we'll keep going. All right, everyone. I definitely did better with the 380. Looks like I've got 3 hits. 1, 2, 4. Wow, someone really needs to learn me how to count. However, wish I hadn't done that one as different as I did. Yep, definitely all over the place with 9mm. I did better with the 380. But I'm definitely going to say it's because of the recoil. It's not as easy to get back on target. I've got to adjust. That's on me. That takes practice to get away from. That being said, there's not much I can do about it now that I've already shot. A good way to get used to the recoil is to practice. Like I said, have someone else load, throw some snap caps in there so you can see if you're pushing down and anticipating recoil. But let's get this thing to 20, not 25 like I did with the 380, because I don't think I'll do as well. But let's shove it back and see what happens. All right, everyone, we're ready to get loaded. Got those 5 rounds, 20 yards out, not 25. But obviously, I did better with the 380. Like I'm saying, I think it's got to do with uh, the recoil. That's going to be the biggest difference. I'm definitely hitting low now. I'm going to try to aim at that top orange. Ooh, I think that one went down my shirt. Ooh, you definitely need some safety glasses with this guy. Yep, I'm definitely hitting that mag release button. That's on me, not holding correctly. But obviously that's going to make it so that your slide does not lock back like it's supposed to. The way I was able to tell was this was flat. It's got that nice marker on top to tell you whether there's a round chambered or not. It's great quality to have in a gun. That being said, this seems good. Obviously, I wish I was better. The lighter recoil is definitely good for me, even though I shoot as often as I do. But let's get out there, talk about this a little bit. Looking at that, I guess I am anticipating recoil like crazy, which I'll be able to tell when I get to watch this back. But, oh well. It is what it is. I'm at least on paper for the most part, so. All right, well, I was definitely all over the place. Got one here, unless I didn't notice that one before. 2, 3, 4, and 5. So, all over the place. I was trying to aim up in here. I believe this was the first shot. I've definitely got a problem anticipating recoil. At least it was all in a line. If aiming for center of mass, aiming at a large center of mass, that's gonna hit some shit. But let's get home. I'll show you about how to take this apart for cleaning. Obviously, most firearms have a break-in period, so we won't be wiping this one down until these 20 rounds. It was brand new. So was that EZ380. But not bad, I don't think. I've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, never mind. I was gonna say at least that was maybe mostly an orange, but nope, it's definitely the minority here. That being said, I think it performs well. Obviously, it's me. Anytime you're not hitting where you're aiming, it's probably you. It's not the gun. There are some exceptions to that rule, of course, but we're not getting into that today. It's all about the EZ9. Like I said, great gun. Smith & Wesson does a good job with their firearms. That 40 I shot a while back, long while. I've done better with that one in the past, and for whatever reason I didn't this time, or that time. But we'll see when we talk about disassembly. All right, so here we are back from the range with that EZ9, and I thought it performed great. I wish I had done better. There's really not much to say about it. I really think it spoke for itself. I didn't care for the recoil of it, but any firearm that's this size frame is gonna have a little bit of recoil, especially depending on the chamber. Obviously your larger calibers are gonna have more recoil. This does have a decent amount of weight to it, so it's gonna hold that a little bit. You got a nice rail down here, so you could put a light or something on there. Like I said, it's just got the grip safety. I don't like that I kept hitting that mag release. Other than that, I thought it was pretty good. But that's my issue. It's all in how I was holding the gun. I think I kept bringing my hand down and just catching the very edge of it or something. But with that being said, let's go over how to disassemble this for cleaning. So what I found is you lock the slide back and you have this little lever here. You just make sure that that little arch is lined up with it and you swing it down. Off it comes. There's your frame and everything. Then you've got your slide. Got your spring that you can take out. And then your barrel. And like I said, this is a brand new firearm, so it's got a break-in period. Therefore, I am not going to do anything other than this. I'm just going to go ahead and reassemble it, which you do opposite of disassembly. All you got to do is drop your barrel back in, slide it back against the stop, put your spring back in, and they all have these nice little edges here. You just line it up with the channels in there, back you go, and obviously it's going to be a little loose until you line this back up, flip it up, and you're good to go. So, nice little gun. Like I said, I didn't care for the recoil, but if you shoot it enough, you're gonna do great with it. I like the grip safety versus having a thumb safety. I do believe you can get ambidextrous thumb safeties. I believe you can even flip this around, so any of you left-handed or left-eye dominant shooters, it'll still work for you as well. But other than that, go ahead and like and subscribe if you want. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Etsy, all under TAC Drivers. Even my website, it'll show you different products that I have. You can go there in order to get to any of those web pages. And other than that, we'll see you next time.